What's up, you guys, internet people of the world? It's Rob from About EVs, and this video we are gonna go through my order process from 2 weeks ago, and I'll put a link up here somewhere for that. If you've missed it, you should definitely check it out. It was really my first drive in a Model 3 and the whole test drive and process when I was down at the showroom. But when I was down there, I came up with a lot of great tips as to why you might want to go to a showroom. Of course, this is a post-pandemic video because right now you can't even go in a showroom, but assuming the world gets back to normal, we are going to go through a lot of reasons why going into a showroom and ordering a car is really a great way to do it. So stick around. I got all these great tips coming right up. All right, the biggest reason why you want to go down there into a Tesla showroom to order your car is because you want to be able to drive a Tesla. You want to drive a Tesla, and I tell you what, no matter what anybody tells you, until you drive one of these cars, you have no idea why everybody's infatuated with them. Just go and drive one. That's all I'm gonna say. Test drive it, test drive it, test drive it. They let you do this for free. Doesn't cost you anything. Just walk in there, say you're looking to buy a Tesla, and all of a sudden they give you a key card. Take off, have a great time. You will be so impressed just by driving one. Enough said, done. All right, number two, suppose you got a complicated order. Okay, suppose you don't have a complicated order. It doesn't really matter. They're gonna walk you through it. If you go down there and say you, after you test drove one, you say, yeah, I'm interested, I might wanna buy one. They'll walk you through the whole process. Now for me, I'm gonna be living in Florida and registering it there, but I'm going to be in the Northeast when the car gets delivered. So I want to have it delivered up there, drive it back down. I did not trust myself to do that, so I figured let them walk me through it. They walk you through it, they ask you all the right questions, stuff you wouldn't even think about otherwise. So definitely a huge plus is to have them walk you through the order process. So say you have a complicated order like I did, they're gonna give you tips for walking you through that process, and here they come.
Did you guys realize that if you register in one state and have it delivered to another state, that you might have to pay sales tax twice, depending on the laws of the state you're getting it delivered to? Well, I didn't know that either, but that was pointed out to me. But they were nice enough to make a phone call to New York and find out for me, and it turns out that I just have to fill out a form that indicates that I don't reside there and I don't own property there, and then I'm going to be happily delivered my car with no double sales tax. Here's another tip for you guys. If you're going through Tesla lending like I am, and you plan on putting a lot of money down on the car, which I'm not, keep in mind that Tesla has to finance at least 30% of the car, otherwise you're going to have to go elsewhere for your financing. Just another tip that they passed along to me. If that's an issue for you, keep that in mind.
All right, the other thing you're gonna wanna do is, if you were just sitting down with somebody, is to go through the existing inventory, if there is any. Sometimes there is, and you can see what cars they actually have available and see if you want any. My big tip here would be to insist on a car with less than 10 miles. Only because when I went to test drive, They basically pull the car out of inventory. I checked, it had 24 miles on it, so it may have been driven once before I drove it, maybe twice, I don't know. Maybe it was just pulled right out of inventory. But you're otherwise might get a demo car if you don't have less than 10 miles. So if you want a demo car, that's fine, but you're not gonna get any deals from them on it. So you might as well get something new. So check the inventory and check the miles. All right, so listen, don't expect any deals from Tesla. I went in there at the end of the quarter knowing they had about 6 cars in inventory with my exact build. I was like, I'm just gonna crush these guys because I got total advantage here. Yeah, I didn't get any of that. They could care less. They were totally as happy to sell me a car before the end of the quarter as they were to put a date on it after the end of the quarter. So this is not your typical dealership. I would not expect any kind of deals. Just blank it out of your mind, because when you go into a Tesla dealership, they're not dealing, they're not wheeling, they're not dealing, nothing. So you're gonna pay the price, whatever it is. That's why I say get a car with less than 10 miles on it, because you're gonna pay the same price no matter what it is. So my tip. You know what you guys can do that I didn't even realize was brought to my attention? Is you can put a VIN match hold on your car. So say you go in there and you put down payment on it, but you don't want the car that day, basically. Like say there's inventory cars that are gonna match to you, and you say, I don't want the car that fast. Maybe I want it like 2 weeks from now, or maybe 3 weeks. I need to save some money. But I want to get the process started, and I'm here, and we can fill out the application and all that, but I'm not ready yet. They have this thing called a VIN match hold. That's only like in their screen. So they can put a date on you that says ineligible until such and such date. And then at that date, you all of a sudden become live in the system. So if that applies to you and that's something that helps you work the system a little bit, that's a little tool that you can use, but you can't do it online by yourself. You have to go down there, or you have to be able to talk to somebody to ask for it. So VIN match hold, good tool. Okay, so you did the VIN match hold, or you didn't do the VIN match hold, but now you've got a VIN match. Car's been allocated to you. You know what you can do that you might not know? Is you can ask, where is that car and how many miles are on that car? And I suggest you definitely ask those questions, because you want to know, where is it? First of all, is it anywhere near where I'm getting it delivered? I mean, if it's in Fremont, then of course it's coming from the factory, but they'll tell you. And how many miles are on it? I hope it doesn't have 100 miles on it. Hope it doesn't have 50. Hope it has less than 10, because then you know it's brand new, and the only people that have driven it are the factory floor people and the guys that are putting it on the truck, and the guys that are taking it off the truck, and maybe the guys that are driving it from the parking lot to where it gets detailed to where you pick it up. And that's about it. So good tip, check the location and miles once you have a VIN match. Very important. Absolutely recommend doing that. All right, last tip that I kind of learned when I was down there is that you don't have to apply for the financing right away. I know if you're in that online form after you order it, it just goes right down the list, and the thing on the bottom says apply for financing, and I was told you don't have to do that right away. Just stop there. Don't apply for financing. You know why? Because that only lasts 60 days. So what if your car takes 8 to 12 weeks to get delivered? Guess what? Yeah, you're gonna have to apply for financing again. And you don't want to do that. And there's really no reason to apply for financing until you have a VIN match. So once you got a VIN match, you're satisfied with the car, you did what I told you, you checked the location, you checked the miles, and it's the car you want, you're satisfied with it, go ahead and apply for financing, especially if you know your delivery date's coming up. I would give yourself about a week to get that process rolling. Apply for financing, get your insurance, and then have your down payment ready, and you're good to go. So those are my tips. I hope you found them useful. And I know this is kind of a quick video, but I wanted to kind of follow up the process that I went through when I was down there. Thought it would help you guys. And I never really got a lot of these tips anywhere else. If you found it helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that. And I will see you next time. You guys be healthy, be safe, and I will see you in the next video, which is probably going to be my delivery video. I'm not sure, but might be coming soon. So stay tuned, hit the notification button so you know when the next video is coming up. See you guys. Thanks again. Lots of cool stuff.